Hello, everyone. This is Nathan Bridges from Nathan's Nuggets, and today I'm with three-star wide receiver Trey Goodman. Thanks for joining me today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
No problem, anytime. I'll start with my first question. How old are you when you started playing football?
I was 5 years old when I started playing.
So you're five,
I was
started
five.
young.
Yeah, pretty young.
Makes sense living in Georgia. Everyone loves football, huh?
Right. It's a big thing around here. Yeah.
Did you play any other sports?
Growing up, I played football, basketball, and baseball.
See, so you did three sports?
hmm I stopped playing basketball in sixth grade, and I stopped playing baseball this year. So,
Oh, wow. So this is your senior year was the first time you didn't do baseball.
right.
What's it been like playing for the Norcross High School football program?
Uh, it's great. It's nothing shy of great. Just great people, great coaches, good teammates, a good community to support us. So it was just best decision I made.
So it was just a
I
great,
really,
community.
yeah, I love it. It's great.
I see you got the sweatshirt on representing.
Oh yeah, this is vintage actually, 2005. I
Oh,
got it from my
wow.
coach. Yeah,
That's cool.
so uh-huh. He actually played at Norcross too, so he's an alumni, and he just gave it to me.
Oh, really? That's cool.
hmm
That's cool that he knows the program since he played there.
Right, he went all the way up through it.
Looking back, what was your first season doing varsity football like?
My first season, it was my sophomore year, and I was still at Lakeside, so I kind of just got thrown in the fire. So, as anybody else would be, I was a little anxious, a little nervous. I was like, "Oh, this is my first varsity start, my first varsity season." But once I got into it and I realized it was just football, then it was pretty good.
So you were at the other high school you went to.
hmm
What
Yeah,
was it called again?
Lakeside High
Like,
School.
so at first you're a little nervous since like you were a sophomore and you're competing like 17-year-olds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is, and then but then after like it was just you were playing the sport you love, so you got used to it.
Exactly. That's why I just thought to myself, I was just like, "Oh, it's just football. Don't overthink it." So
I know your junior year you started 7 games at quarterback. What was that experience like?
it was pretty good. I mean, it. There were times where I was trying to, I guess, find another route because quarterback wasn't working out for me. But I mean, it started out well. I actually won the starting spot and started the first game, and I then lost the starting spot and didn't get much playing time for the next 6 or 7 games. And I just talked to my coach and I asked him. I said, "What can I do to help the team? Like, can I move to a different position?" Because I knew, as humbly as possible, I knew I was way too athletic to just be sitting on a bench.
hmm
So I asked him if I could go to receiver, and he said, "Yeah, sure, go try it out." And it brought me to the position I am now. So
So like you had too much talent to just be sitting on the bench. You knew you could help out your team.
right, helped out in any way, even if it wasn't quarterback.
It's like any position you're willing to do.
Exactly, whatever helps the team and benefits the team.
What was your favorite part about playing quarterback?
My favorite part about playing quarterback is probably being the field general and kind of being like the nucleus of the team and the facilitator and telling everybody, well, I won't say telling everybody, but kind of moving everybody around, being the basically coach on the field.
It's like since like you're the center of the offense, it revolves around the quarterback, and like you tell them like when to go and everything.
Exactly. Perfect. Exactly. Yeah.
This past season, you went 13-1, only lost to Grayson in the championship. What was your biggest learning experience from this past season, and what happened in the Grayson game?
My biggest learning experience from this past season is probably to believe in each other, believe in your teammates, and really play for each other. Because between the lines, that's the only people that's out there, you and your teammates. So I would say that's my biggest learning point from this season. And in the Grayson game, I think we just tried to outplay ourselves. We didn't really play our game, and we didn't execute to the best of our ability. So
So it's just like believe in yourself and every teammate like on the team for this experience.
right, and trusting your teammates.
And then the racing game, you like tried to like not you didn't play your game. You kind of tried to like go fast and everything.
Yeah, we didn't really play our game.
What do you feel your biggest strengths on the field are?
I feel that my biggest strengths on the field are my ability to go 100% on every single snap, on every single down, on every play, no matter what I'm doing. Outside of like my actual athleticism, I just think that my will and my perseverance and my mindset, my mentality is really what sets me apart from other receivers.
So like you're willing to like just go 100% at all times and give it everything you have.
Exactly. Exactly.
When did the recruiting process start for you?
Well, I had a decent amount of coaches texting me and hitting me up when I played quarterback around my sophomore year going into my junior year because I had a decent amount of film, but it was nobody really big and I never really got any offers. And my junior year, we had the switch over from quarterback to wide receiver, and there were really no coaches hitting me up then. And I went to camps in the summer leading up to my senior year before Corona kind of canceled everything. And I got a few coaches contacting me like, kid, you're good. Like we're looking forward to the season, watching you play and being able to see your film. And that's when it really started getting going. And that's when a lot of recruiters hit me up. And once I started playing well and I started balling during the season, it just kept flowing in and the coaches were contacting me. So that's when it really got going.
It's like when you went to the camp where the coaches and scouts could see you and they realized like your talent.
Right. Exactly. But they couldn't really like judge it off that just because camps and not having pads on is different from 11 on 11 football, but they definitely could see my athleticism and they kind of put it in their back pocket and just waited for the season to see if it translated over to the field.
So they made sure and once they saw you ball and they knew that they would offer you.
Right.
Do you plan on playing quarterback or wide receiver at the college level?
Well, I'm getting recruited for wide receiver, but the coaches that I've talked to, I've actually talked a little bit about maybe playing a little bit of wildcat depending on how it goes. But as of now, I plan on playing wide receiver. But if they decide to put me back there a little bit, then I'll be willing to do so. So I'll do what it takes to help the team win. So
So they could put you in like a wildcat, like how the Saints use Taysom Hill,
right, yeah, exactly,
but your main will be wide receiver.
correct.
What schools have you been talking to?
Some of the bigger schools that I've been talking to are Lehigh, University of Pennsylvania, UPenn, and Philadelphia. Northwestern has been talking to me a good amount. I was talking to Minnesota at one point. Um, Austin P is another school that's been talking to me. Garner.
Uh, Sorry, English solo. English solo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So you said like Minnesota, Northwestern, Austin P, and
Hmm.
Lay and Penn.
Yep, UPenn was another one. Yeah.
So the Big Ten schools. That's cool.
Hmm.
Is there? Are they gonna maybe offer?
I hope so. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if they continue to contact me and seem interested in me, then I don't see why they wouldn't. But sometimes recruitment doesn't go your way, but we'll see.
And Northwestern, like they're a good up and coming program. Like they went to the Big Ten championship.
Right. Yeah, they played a really good year this year.
Hmm And they have a good academics too.
Exactly. Their academics is really good, and the facilities are very nice too.
Oh, really?
hmm It's like right. It's like right on the beach.
Oh,
The
wow.
athletic facility, so it's nice.
That's cool.
hmm
Where would you say you are at right now in the recruiting process?
Um, I'd say that I guess you could say kind of in the middle because the beginning of my recruiting process was really during the season when I started playing and coaches were texting me. And the end of my recruiting process will be in a month on signing day, which I believe is the first week of February. But that's when I'll be signing my letter of intent to whatever school I make the decision to go to. So I would say I'm in the middle, but I'm inching and getting close to the end.
So you're like in the middle, like almost like and about to like go down the hill, like if you got.
Right, exactly.
So are you gonna commit on the signing day?
I believe I will, unless something pops up to where I believe that this is the best opportunity and I've already weighed my options and I want to go ahead and say I'm committed here. I'm going to be making my decision on signing day.
That's smart because like, you never know who could offer before too.
Exactly.
Now that your senior season is over, what do you plan on doing before you get to college?
I plan on running track, participating in track and field, and doing a lot of stretching and really getting as limber as I can, lifting weights, getting faster, just trying to get bigger, stronger, faster, and try to get in the best shape of my life so I can get ready for college because college football is a different beast and it's the next level.
So you're gonna participate in track and field at Norcross.
hmm
That's cool, and then like just get bigger and stronger.
Right.
So that when you get like, cause you will be playing like 21-year-olds,
Exactly. There are going to be some grown men out there.
like those guys are huge. Some of them.
Yeah.
What was the biggest game you ever played in?
The biggest game I've ever played in, they're probably all from this year, honestly. This is a really big year because at Lakeside it wasn't super competitive, and then junior year we weren't as great. But I would say the Mill Creek game this year was a really big game. Archer, the region championship this year was a really big game. Um, Colquitt was a big game too. Grayson was a big game. I mean, you could go down the list.
It's like all the games this year. There were a ton of big games.
Yeah, this was a big season.
Like you're playing teams who got guys who are going to D1 also, huh?
Power Five, all of them, you name it.
Isn't that where Jake Garcia transferred into
Yeah.
Georgia at Grayson?
He
I
went to
remember,
Valdosta first, and then he went to Grayson. So,
he left California
right.
because they're not having a season here.
They're not having a season whatsoever, not even in the
Well,
spring.
they might, but like it keeps getting pushed back that people are uncertain
Oh,
because now they're pushing it. It was supposed to start like next week,
really? Well,
hmm
that's tough.
but it's gonna go to February now.
That's tough. I mean, I understand why he transferred, but
hmm
I understand.
He transferred to a lot of schools though, like in California.
He did?
I'm pretty sure he played for. I think he played for two. I don't remember. I feel like he played for Narbonne and then another school.
I didn't know he bounced around over there too.
hmm What was the best game of your high school career you ever had?
My best game, uh, I'd probably say my best game was South Forsyth, the first round of the playoffs this year, because I believe I had somewhere around 3 or 4 catches for about 115 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is pretty good. But just even aside from that, I had 2 pancake blocks, and the film on that game was just really, really good. My block in that game was really on point, and that was a great team win.
So you're able to like make an impact all around, not just like at like your catching skills and touchdowns.
exactly. Sometimes you pave the way for others, and that's what it's about.
Like George Kittle, even though he doesn't like always catch it, he always blocks.
Right. And he's unselfish.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite moment from high school football?
My favorite moment, I couldn't choose just one, but I would say probably just spending time with my teammates in the locker room, just hanging out with them, even just going out to get something to eat. Our pregame rituals. So pretty much just anything with my teammates, my brothers.
It's like there's not just one, but like anything that you're doing with your teammates was like one of the best.
Yeah, always with my brothers. It was a good experience.
It, it seems cool in Georgia high school football is big, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some of the best athletes down here.
Seem like the stadiums, they look cool.
Hmm.
Who is your favorite football player as a kid?
Growing up, my favorite football player was Troy Polamalu
He was
because
good.
I'm a big time Steelers fan, and I always used to dress up like him as Halloween. I put on the long wig for his hair too, and I wear the Polamalu jersey. So he was my favorite player growing up.
He was good. And wasn't like Steelers are going to Super Bowl 43 because number 43 or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I heard from someone that I know he's a Steelers fan.
Hmm.
My dad went to
He was really.
USC, so that's how I know who he is.
Oh, okay, cool. That's really cool, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he was there. Like my dad was there before him, or I don't know, but I think he did see Troy Polamalu play.
That's dope.
Do you try to model your game after anyone?
I don't think there's one specific person that I try to model my game after because a lot of receivers have a lot of different tendencies and they play the game a lot of different ways. This is from different people's games. Some people play the game one way and others play it a different way. So I would think that but I take it from a couple of different receivers. Um, yeah, just to kind of mold my game.
It's like a couple receivers like implement and like create your own game kind of.
Right, exactly.
Sorry if I was glitching and said my stable is connection is unstable.
Oh, it's okay. It's all good.
How would you describe yourself off the field?
Off the field, I describe myself as a leader. His actions match his words and his beliefs.
So you're like the leader and your actions matches the words.
Yeah, but I'm also a fun person too. I feel like I'm a good friend. I like to say I'm dependable. So
So you're dependent, you're a good friend and you're a leader also.
exactly. Yeah.
What are three things you like to do besides football?
I guess this is kind of associated with football, but I like to work out. I like to be in the gym. I like playing video games, and I also like spending time with my friends.
So you like to work out a lot and then play video games and spend time with your friends.
Yep, those are probably my top three things outside of football.
Do you like play video games with your friends also like at the same time?
Hmm. That's most of the time I spend time with my friends playing video games.
Ever do like Madden 1-on-1?
Hmm. I always go against them.
Uh-huh.
Madden, PK.
I always do that a lot too.
Yeah,
It's weird being on the same team in those games because like it's kind of weird. I don't know why.
yeah. Because like you play with them and now you're playing against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the last question I have is for fun. you get to take any three NFL players to dinner. They can be past or present. Who are you taking?
I'll take Marshawn Lynch, Jerry Rice, and Chad Ochocinco.
Those are all good ones. Like,
Marshawn Lynch and Chad Ochocinco they're just funny. They're just funny guys. So I feel like
they
it'd be
are.
a good time with them.
Like Marshawn Lynch, he'd eat Skittles.
Yeah. And he's just here so he won't get fined. Yeah. He's a character. He's funny, man.
I remember last year when he came back, remember those like 3 games he played in, and he scored his first touchdown when he was back, and they started throwing Skittles on the field.
Yeah.
I was pretty nervous at that point because I was a 49ers fan, and whoever won that would get the NFC West, and then they were just going crazy. Like, oh no.
Oh yeah. That was a good game though.
To stop Fred Warner.
Mm-hmm.
Then Jerry Rice, you could learn like a lot of experience from him.
Yeah, he's really an older guy that has a lot of experience, and he can really teach me the ways and give me pointers and tips here and there. So just pass down his wisdom to me.
Those are all good guys to take to dinner.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me today. Those are all the questions I have.
No problem, though. Thank you for having me. We can definitely stay in contact.
Definitely, that'll be fun. Let me know if you come to Fresno.
I will. Have a good one, bro.
Thank you. You too.